Ladies and gentlemen, her.
Hello amazing family, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's video we're going to be learning how to make this stunning extravagant bow headband. For those of you who are following me on Instagram, I'm sure you've already seen this headband on my timeline, but I decided to bring you guys a tutorial on here on YouTube. So if you've been interested in knowing exactly how I went about making this stunning headgear, make sure you watch this video to the end, like, share and subscribe. Alright guys, let's get right into it. Okay, for those who are familiar with my channel, you know I always start off by showing you everything you need, and I'm also going to leave it on the screen for you guys as well, so you'll be sure of what I'm showing you. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Funmibi. I make videos like this where I share how to make stunning DIY headpieces for yourself, your loved ones, and your clients. I also occasionally share hair tutorials, vlogs, and all that jazz on here on my channel. So if those topics sound like things that you're interested in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also tap the bell notification right beside the subscribe button so that bell lets you know every single time I post a new tutorial on here. Alright guys, now that I've said all that, let's get straight into beginning with this tutorial. So what I'm going to first of all do is I'm going to cut a piece of fabric, and what I have here is exactly 36 inches by about 15 inches of fabric. But after I actually filmed this video 2 times, like it was a lot of stress for me. I made the first headgear and I just didn't like the outlook. It was too big, it wasn't sitting right, so I had to start all over again. So the right dimension is you want to cut 36 inches of fabric by about 10 inches or less. Even that 36 inches, you don't have to do that, depending on how large you want your bow to look on you, but I'm just telling you exactly what I did for myself. So I cut 36 inches of fabric by 10 inches of fabric. Feel free to make it smaller or bigger if maybe what you're using it for is a shoot or something. So what you want to do now is press on your cloth gum onto that piece that you already cut out and then sew it together just like I just did. So this is me now. I pressed on my cloth gum and then I sewed the fabric together along the length. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning my fabric inside out to just bring me to my right side of my fabric as usual. So next up, you want to move your fabric around. Make sure that the line or your stitch line is in the middle, right? Just the way I'm doing right here. I'm going to move that stitch line to the center, and then there's a way you want to fold your fabric, right? I don't know how to explain it. Just watch as I'm moving my hand. You twist your fabric just a little to give you a nice lazy kind of bow outlook. I don't know how it was a struggle for even me when I was filming this video, but I'm sure you guys get it. You just try to form a bow for yourself. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to gather the edge of my fabric first of all. So I'm using my needle and thread. I already shared a tutorial where I just showed how this whole process works. I'm going to link it on the screen for those of you that don't know how to use your basic needle and thread to gather a fabric. So once that is done, I'm going to find the center of my folded fabric and then kind of gather that center point as well and connect what I just gathered to that center point. I don't know if the way I'm explaining this is making sense to you, but I'm sure if you pay attention to what I'm doing in the video, what I'm saying is going to make sense to you. So all I'm doing is just attaching that gathered end to the center point with my needle and thread. This particular tutorial requires a lot of needle and thread work, as you know, a lot of my tutorials usually require needle and thread anyway. So yeah, I'm just trying to point that out for anybody that maybe you don't know how to use needle and thread. You might want to catch up on my old videos to kind of know how to rock or work with needle and thread. So once that is done, what you did on this other side, you're going to repeat it on the other side I have not folded yet. Gather the end of the fabric and then connect it to the center point, and that is like the first stage of achieving this particular look. While I'm here gathering my fabric together, this is another call to action. If you're yet to hit the subscribe button on here, please be sure to smash the subscribe button and join us. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers and we need your help in achieving that milestone. So please be sure to smash the subscribe button, tap the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Please like this video as well. Liking my content helps to spread my content to other people. Also share with your friends that have their birthdays coming up and they're thinking of, oh, I want to make something cute for myself. I don't know what to do. They can totally make it for themselves, and yeah, my video will be very useful for those types of people. So please be sure to hit the share button. So what I'm doing now is I'm just connecting that gathered end, the second end that I just gathered, I'm connecting it to the center of this fabric, and then we're going to move to the next stage in this tutorial. Talk to me nice, talk to me Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done with connecting the second end of this fabric to this middle point, and what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to press that center together, sew it together really well so that the outlook of the bowl looks very clean, right? It looks very perfect basically, because I showed my husband right after I was done and he was telling me that the bowl still doesn't look perfect, so he advised that I sew the fabric at the center together so that the bowl looks very distinct and very bold. Shout out to my husband. My husband is like my chief quality content officer, right? He always gives me amazing feedback about my pieces. All right guys, so what I'm doing now is I cut a small piece of fabric and the length is about 10 inches of fabric by 4 inches of fabric. So what you want to use that piece for is you need to fold it into two, and then that piece is just supposed to help you cover the center of your bow. So you know we did a lot of stitching in that middle point, so you don't want that stitch to just be showing. It just has like an inappropriate outlook, right? So you want to cover it up with this very little piece of fabric that I already rolled around the center point. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to thread my needle in order to sew down that piece of fabric that I used to wrap the center of my bow. So once that is done, next up I'm going to figure out how I'm going to just stitch everything and then just put final touches onto my bow. So all I'm doing here is just trying to sew my fabric that I used to cover my bow together and then sew it down to my bow basically. And then once that is secure and done, I'm going to cut up the thread and then move on to the next stage, which is basically just stitching. Like, so I wanted my bow to stand really well, so I had to do a bit of just holding fabrics together here and there just to give it a very strong outlook. I thought my cross gum was going to give me a very strong hold, but it turned out to be that it was still not strong enough for my preference, so I decided to just sew some edges of the bow together. And once that was done, it was time for me to attach my bow on to my headband. So I already wrapped my headband off camera. If you are new to my channel and you don't know how to wrap a headband with fabric, I'm going to link a video on the screen where you can basically just learn how to wrap your fabric or wrap your headband now with fabric properly. So what I'm doing now is I'm just sewing my bow onto my headband. You guys know that I'm the queen of security, like I always call myself. You don't want to depend on just glue, right? You want to also give your work an extra, like a second step, two-step authentication, right, for your work, right? Make sure that you sew down whatever you glue down, so don't just depend on glue for yourself or even your clients, right? You want to sew whatever piece you are making onto your headband as well after gluing, of course. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I decided to just move my camera around to give you guys another angle outlook, because a lot of times when I'm sewing down my headgears to my headbands, I usually get complaints in the comment section about me not showing what I'm doing. So I hope you guys are happy. If you're happy with what I'm doing, please smash the like button, okay? Let me know that you guys are getting maximum satisfaction from my content. All right guys, so I'm just doing the same thing I did on the other side, on this other side, sewing down my bow onto my headband. And once that is done, it's time for us to bedazzle this headband. You guys know that I like my headgears sometimes minimalistic, other times I like it looking gang. And you can stop here if you don't care for any form of embellishment. This looks absolutely beautiful, but because I wanted some kind of sparkle and shine here and there, I decided to go an extra step by wrapping that midpoint with a piece of trimming, or is it applique now, just some shine things. But what I'm doing here is just sewing my two ends of my bow together. I don't want the bow to be falling, I wanted it to be standing, right? So I just sewed that midpoint together, and then this is my shine baby here that I'm attaching to my headgear. So I'm just going to use my glue gun to just press on some glue and then wrap it with this pink piece of, I don't know, is it applique or trimming now? You guys should let me know what this thing is called. I just go to the sewing accessories shop and then I just see anything sparkly and shining, I just pick it up. Everybody calls it applique here, but I don't know if that's the proper name for it. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm just covering the edge of my headband with a piece of velvet ribbon just to give it a very professional outlook. And then that's pretty much it, guys. That's the end of this tutorial. But you know, I'm not going to leave you without showing you this headband on myself, so I'm going to go ahead now to wear this on myself. And this is me here wearing this beautiful piece of headgear. I already filmed a video on my birthday with it, but I wasn't satisfied. I just thought I can do better, okay? So I decided to film this b-roll again for you guys with a nice makeup on and my headgear without, because that other video my face was sweaty and just looking one kind. I decided to give you guys premium content. So this is pretty much it again. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. Okay, share this channel with your friends. We want to grow. Okay, we want to expand. All right, so please share this video with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm going to bring you guys another awesome tutorial this weekend, so please be sure to look out for that. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave my links on here and all that good stuff. Thank you guys again for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah.